Are you ready for Euphoria Season 2? We sure are. The show has been a fan favorite since its debut in 2019, and fans are on the edge of their seats in anticipation for the latest installment. Euphoria's cast has been teasing the latest season left, right, and center, so let's get into everything we know, and we're sure you're itching to find out. First, let's take a look at the release date. On October 19th, 2020, HBO announced that 2 new Euphoria episodes would bridge the gap between seasons 1 and 2. The first premiered in early December and focused on the dynamic between Rue, Zendaya, and her sponsor, Ali, Coleman Domingo, while the second honed in on Jules. As for when Season 2 will properly return, Levinson originally told GQ that the premiere had been pushed until 2021, though Variety initially reported it could be as late as early 2022. That was confirmed when HBO announced the show will return in January of 2022. Now, we finally have an official date, January 9th. It's been a long wait, but a release date for Euphoria Season 2 has finally been confirmed. On November 22nd, Zendaya shared a first-look teaser for the new season, along with news that it will air weekly from January 9th, 2022 in the US and the next day in the UK. What did fans have to watch while they waited for the second season? There have been 2 bridge episodes, Trouble Doesn't Last Always, and F Anyone Who's Not a Sea Blob, which gave fans something to mull over while we wait for these new episodes to arrive. Shooting for Season 2 took place this summer following delays imposed by that really bad thing. The first chapter revolved around a conversation between Rue and her Narcotics Anonymous mentor, Ali, Fear the Walking Dead's Coleman Domingo, with the pair discussing addiction and how it has impacted their relationships with their loved ones and their individual selves. Jules was the subject of the second installment, in which she attended her first therapy session and spoke about detransitioning, her mother's alcoholism, and Rue. Schaefer co-wrote the episode, which was inspired by a poem she penned after leaving high school. Now, let's look into the original cast. Zendaya will be back as Rue. Moreover, there's Hunter Schafer as Jules, Nate, played by Jacob Elordi, Kat, played by Barbie Ferreira, Cassie, played by Sydney Sweeney, Alexa Demi as Maddie, Lexi, played by Maud Apatow, Fez, played by Angus Cloud, McKay, who's played by Algie Smith, Rue's sister Gia, played by Storm Reed, Eric Dane as Nate's dad, Cal, Rue and Gia's mother Leslie, played by Nika King, Kat's love interest Ethan, who's played by Austin Abrams, Allie and Jules' father David, who's played by John Ailes, and other series regulars. Will we be seeing some new faces? So far, we know for sure that a raft of new characters will be joining the show this season. This would include names we've never heard before, brought straight from Euphoria's casting call for this season. First up, we have Darian, an 18-year-old male, Ray, another 18-year-old male, Amy, a 20-year-old female who's also an addict and a stripper, and probably a few more characters that are still kept under wraps. Now, we don't know much more about these new characters on the show, but there are some rumors that singer-songwriter Dominic Fike, Minka Kelly from Titans, and Demetrius Lil Meech Flannery Jr. will be joining the show and most likely be playing some of those characters. According to some sources, it's been speculated that Kelly will play a jaded, drugged-out suburban housewife, and Flannery will take on the role of Maddie's love interest. Kelvin Harrison, waves from the High Note, was initially signed up to join the show and had already gone through all of the pre-production motions. Rapper and singer-songwriter Lil Nas X told Variety that he was going to do Euphoria, but didn't want to take time from finishing his album. Too bad. We'd have loved to see him on the show. What to expect from Season 2? In Jules' bridge episode, we found out that she and Rue had reunited, if only briefly, after the pair went their separate ways at the train station, but it didn't pan out as we had hoped it would. Jules apologized, they both cried, and then Rue left, leaving Schaefer's character alone in her room, sobbing beneath the rain-streaked skylight. But at least they've had their initial conversation, however fleeting, which hopefully means that they can find their way back to one another in Season 2. Barbie Ferreira has said that she wants her character to explore her queerness in the next chapter. Sydney Sweeney has also been getting us all in the mood for what's to come, telling E.T., "You won't even be able to guess what's coming." I couldn't even believe it. Sweeney also said that literally everything about Season 2 is darker, as the characters will be getting into more intense situations. The actress also told Distractify that the most insane storyline in Season 2 will revolve around someone fans will least expect. In an interview with Variety, Reed said that everything is basically high stakes and very emotional, especially in Season 2. Trailers. Euphoria fans rejoiced after the first look at the second season finds Rue dancing to Frank Sinatra's Call Me Irresponsible, before a voiceover hints at innocence lost, and a montage plunges viewers into a dramatic, perhaps criminal plotline to come. The same day the trailer dropped, HBO announced a season premiere date of January 9th. Another trailer dropped in December of 2021. There's so much to unpack here though. Can we talk about Sydney Sweeney's cowgirl look, Rue with a suitcase full of pills, and that NYE countdown that seems to end in a police chase? Set to Gary Rafferty's Right Down the Line, this trailer features a bit more dancing and a lot more drama. Euphoria's Season 2 soundtrack. Where can we listen to it? The Euphoria soundtrack for the first season proved as popular as the show itself, boasting a number of big names including Drake, which is obvious because he's an executive producer for the show, but also Beyonce and Billie Eilish. If you love the soundtrack as much as the show, there are multiple unofficial playlists on Spotify which you can listen to for free, and there are also playlists on Apple Music, but you'll have to fork out for those. Or you can find most of it on YouTube for free too. A bit of background and awards won. The HBO drama, which is an American adaptation of an Israeli series, follows a group of high school students as they navigate the trials and tribulations of teen life. Its exploration of love, rage, identity, drugs, sex, and everything in between attracted high praise from both critics and viewers, with the series premiere watched by more than 5.5 million viewers across HBO's platforms. Everyone knows that HBO prides itself on its prestige-era edge, but watching the Zendaya-led Euphoria feels a bit like bathing yourself in debauchery, punched up and made pretty via glitter. There are traumatized kids reeling through the post-9/11 era with a jaw-dropping menu of cheap weed and designer drugs, regular porn and revenge porn, self-harm and self-sabotage. But they're all so stunning it's hard to decide whether you're meant to pity or envy them. So while it's true Euphoria might dig its own shock value with a callousness that borders on self-indulgence, it doesn't mean it's not worth binge-watching. You'll find it nearly impossible not to care about Rue, Zendaya's recovering teenage drug addict, Jules, played by Hunter Schafer, a trans girl who's new to town, and Kat, played by Barbie Ferreira, yet another young woman trying to make sense of her own body. And the rest of their crew, even if director and creator Sam Levinson doesn't always make it clear how you're supposed to care. At this year's Emmys, the show star 24-year-old Zendaya won the Lead Actress in a Drama Series award for her performance as teen addict Rue, beating Jennifer Aniston, Jodie Comer, Olivia Colman, Laura Linney, and Sandra Oh, and becoming the youngest actor ever to win in that category. The series also won 2 more awards, the Emmys for Outstanding Contemporary Makeup and Outstanding Music and Lyrics for Labyrinth's song All of Us. With that being said, all of these accolades are well-deserved because of the outstanding performance of the entire cast. There isn't a shadow of a doubt that Season 2 will be just as good, if not even better, than the first season. Euphoria's rise to fame was instantaneous, and we're sure that the masterminds behind it will not disappoint fans with their latest installment. We cannot wait for the story to unfold further with the newest season. That's all we have for now, folks, but we'll be back with more interesting videos in the future. To stay informed about the entertainment industry, keep watching our videos. Tell us who your favorite Euphoria character is, and where you think their story's going to lead by sounding off in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe before leaving. Signing off.